Okay, welcome back to Satisfactory. With any luck, I will be settling into a new habit of not recording 4 hours at a time. This next bit, we need to start working towards getting encased industrial beams in quantity. I'm going to need them. So what I have decided to do is come up to this area slightly in the north, sitting here. So where I have northwest iron, we have some coal, we have a number of pure iron nodes, we have a couple of pure limestone nodes that we could use. Specifically, that's a pure limestone node, and that's a pure limestone node. Pure iron, more pure iron back there. And I have run the power up from the south, the base we built last time. I started looking at what it took to make an encased industrial beam. And if I use the encased industrial pipe, that's steel pipes and concrete. And steel pipes I can use the iron pipe recipe for, which is iron ingots. So this is just iron and concrete. So we don't need to worry about copper. We need to worry about coal. We can reserve our coal as much as possible for power. We're opening up coal or opening up oil, but it may be a while before we can actually set up a oil-fueled power plant. We actually have significant headroom here. We really only have about 120 megawatts it's not spoken for, but our other base is only using about half. So if we go over temporarily, that's okay, but we do need to watch this if we do. If I start draining down all of these things in the depot, it will punch up the usage up. So our previous build has turned out some motors, but I'm going to let it turn out some more motors while we work on this. According to my build plan, what I need is to make stone and turn it into concrete. I need to iron and turn it into ingots, and then I need to turn it into iron pipes and EIPs. And those are fairly large quantities of buildings on each one. So we can come out with 30 encased industrial beams per minute, which is our current upload rate for the depots. Back on the other base, we are uploading the encased industrial pipe at a very low rate, which would not sustain us as we move over to using them in the Mark IV belts. And then I started looking at this thinking, gosh, do I want to build a machine with 12 constructors making concrete and try to route all the limestone? I thought, no. Let's build, one mine and attach to it the constructors or the smelters that are, and let's just replicate that across. We'll have these little mining / smelting or mining / mixing, whatever you want to call it, to be concrete. That'll be all one unit. Notice I also had 2 Mark II miners at 150%. Well, I have 4. I put 3 of those buildings out here. That'll be enough iron ingots. I don't need to overclock. It also means that I only need 8 smelters per. So we need a blueprint that has 8 smelters on it, and that's it. So I'm going to head over to this area, which is a nice starting base area. But if you start here, and we're going to put down a blueprint designer. Let's see. I think I have a foundation, which is 4x4 thin base. Oh, that's right. I need to put down a non-blueprint foundation first. So we're going to start with these guys. At about a 4x4. Yeah. So this needs to go 6x6. I'd like to put it same level with these guys. Actually, we can zoom this out. That. And just going to put this kind of casually. Does that look right? Probably should have put the ladder on the if I was going to use this for my looking at things from the sky. Yeah, that's okay. Blueprints. 4x4 concrete slab. I should be able to put in there. That looks right, but I'm going to hologram it. That. Yeah. And now I can in with this, and I can say, keep this grip metal around the edge. And most of my base is mark this as kind of my base level. So the grip metal is just going to be to set this off. That makes this a test area, but I realized I needed a test area. Blueprint designer. Let's take care of this stuff. Sorry, but barrel nut needs to be gotten rid of. It doesn't poke up through my blueprint. So at one point while I was doing update 8, last update before release, I had an add-on going that allowed me to do rectangular zoops. It was kind of nice, dangerous. I may set that up again. What I really want to do is sync my blueprint designer down by one level. And we're going to get rid of the border. It will come back, don't worry. Just going to put the blueprint designer centered on that area. That is. But our white arrow will go that way, so it's facing console over there on the right. Put this down. Get the same look that I had in the area that I designated Magrathea. It's not right. Okay, so I think didn't actually get that centered. Now, oh, better point. So, print designer. Lined up there. Did a better job this time. I think that's missing. That's off by one. I did order in my base colors, and I don't think that looks quite right. Let's use the there we go. The other thing I like to have around this is some way to climb up. And on the diagonals, you know, on the corners and middle here, bad. But directly on the corners, it's, you know, these rails get. Let's put it. Start. I am literally just outside it, so we are probably able to just walk onto it. It's true, I should be able to just drop one. And that guy is on either side of him, give it a little bit of a different perspective. So there's my test area over here. This overlaps in the test area. Oh, okay, this one goes away. I wonder if I could put a walkway between. What if walkways clip onto these? That's worth checking. Picture. Oh, there's junction. Oh. The distance between these was not quite perfect junction. It's still kind of cool. Where did I align these? I aligned it that line and that line. I think if I move it over just a skosh, that would actually connect up. Start from there. Yeah, see if I can do that going around the outside. See those speed. Oh. So where he's standing, that doesn't quite work. And where we're standing, that doesn't quite work. Are off by well, it was a thought. Maybe later I will do some math and work out how to put a railing around like that. And I'm just going to put up towers, but it seems appropriate. Actually, just do a railing around the outside and ramps up to it. Up, 8. Our height of this, so we go. Do it. What I want is for the actual one. If I climb up this, this gets me up the midway point. have a nice high vantage point. I can run around it and do it because I don't have the hover pack or the jet pack or any stuff. And now we can go back to what I was doing. I'm going to turn off the editor since we're really going to diverge from it at this point. I should have done that before. So what I want to build now is appropriate for this base, a blueprint with 8 smelters. We'll just have inputs coming from somewhere. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I want to come in from one side and go out the other, essentially. We come in on one corner and go, like we come in there and yeah, let's see how it shakes out. I do want to do the normal 4x4x4 thing, so we're going to start from our normal blueprint again. I could go with a completely different style on this side, but for now, it's going to do this. But we're going to put it on the ground level, so we will bring our ore in on the corners or something, and our smelters will be right on top. We aren't going to put anything on top of them. Wait a minute. Does anybody need more than one floor? I think these are just single floor smelters. I'll leave it there just in case. Yeah, smelters, we need 8 smelters. So before I do holes, let's check. I've got one input. Bring it in a corner and split it. Go down here and have it go along the outside of these. And I'll pick it up from the inside. So the output out one of those corners. So corner, door. We're going to eventually you'll just be blocked in. Some light down here. And I think I'm going to take it out. Okay. That means we need a little bit of working space at each side, which is I'm going to want to bring my guys in toward the middle. We're going to that pointed toward the middle. Not next to it, but one offset, so a little bit of space in here, but this is going to be, let's do it. So that's where we put it, next to the edge. I could just turn that into a hologram, scooch it over. Input. Going to be toward the middle. I have a lot of space to play with here. So I am going to let these X out. We'll put the mergers under here. And these guys are going to here, merge them together, and take them out that corner or that corner. I think so. I thought that was a little close. But this should have a hole and a half. Should have a hole. I am going to measure it out the way I think it should be. So, hole spaces in these guys, hole and half. I think that's where they should go. Down here. And it's actually on the center line of this, guys. That can't. It's dark. However, probably stretch this out by one. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to mess around with the splitting. I'm going to see if I can do a split here instead of a manifold. Corners in place. Question is this enough space for split? Put her here. This direction. Question is, can I take this and get it to my splitter for this guy, which has to go from here this way. But getting in the way of the all merged together. More like it doesn't matter. I don't have to do a balanced merge on me. Just bring it together. That looks like it's got clearance. That worked. Inputs are here. This guy comes out. I'm going to put him into a splitter. That. Half of you there. The other half has to go to the splitter from this side. Same thing over here. Needs to be can be a Mark 1. So out of here. If I try to join up. Oh, you're kidding me. Sweet. So this means that my smelters going to all start up together, mostly with the length of the belt. But they won't be waiting on manifolds filling. And that's my major pain point on this one, taken care of. These guys, either put mergers down the middle, belt to it, or put a series of mergers down this side, down that side. I think if I put two together, merge those two with those two, see what happens with it. Similar to what we've done there, mergers. Merger pointed toward. That sounded like it was making a connection. I'm having some interesting visions here of what this could do. Okay, so those are split even. Put a splitter in here and a splitter in here. I could have something coming from the middle, split even. Can I sneak it out this way? Merge it out that way. Merge it toward the middle. Oh. 30, 30, 60. Still. Have here and coming there toward the middle. Put me here. So 60 is tier 1. It needs to be a tier 2. $30, 60 is tier 1. 60 is 120 tier 2. 240, this has to be a tier 3. Bring it diagonally. There. Which means if I get mark over here, I'm going to use a merger to make it similar. There we go. That puts this exactly 45-degree angle. I'm going to get a little bit of clipping, which I am willing to accept. Be happier if it went out a little bit more before. Look at the angle. Wonder if I could. It's on it. There. Go. Here. Now if I say straight, sure that's straight. Reduce the amount of clipping. It's all hidden in the other area. Oh, let's put the underfloor in while I've got this open and accessible. Tricky. That's not all. How? I don't understand. How did that end up outside my... I don't know how we ended up putting that flooring outside the bounds of the blueprint. Good enough. Arguably, this is a blueprint that I should have had all along. That's why I'm taking a little bit of extra time to get it to be something I'm happy with. 8 smelters and an input. Mark 3 input. Set up Mark 3 belts. Okay, so we're immediately splitting the inputs. The question is that a Mark 2? And outputs are merging to Mark 1, to Mark 2. So we are fast enough. Just need to make sure that we lead in with them, out with them. I can leave these doors. We know that you have to crawl under to get into the crawl space. And what I forgot to do, power. So because I forgot to do it and it's all buttoned up, I'm going to run the power on the top for this blueprint. back end that we want to have just over the top of. So when I'm placing these, I'm actually paying attention to this here. How am I going to do power? Take them out in pairs. Tie it to the corner. This means that the stuff I've got going underneath up to here is not really as beneficial. Still doing stuff for it. I'm minimizing the number of connections here. It's not absolutely minimal because, you know, we're not down below. At least I'm not adding all of the machines to the corners. Programming. Start off with copper ingots. No, iron ingots, I'm sorry. Now there's going to be something similar to this, but using constructors for handling my limestone. It only needs 6 of them instead of 8 of them. So again, we'll have a little space on the leading and trailing edges. Down. I'm making big use of the fact that if you are near, it sucks you in. Get that, not just the sound, but also the difference between what I am doing with my mouse and what it's doing on the screen. Get a positive confirmation. So we have 8 iron ingot machines. Let's save it. Do 8x. You're going to add a new here category called Northwest Iron. Do I have an arrow pointing left? Yes, I do. I'm going to add a subcategory. Melting. Find. Those were all green fields. I wonder what they're doing here. This is the greenfield smelter. New one. I forgot to change the icon. That. And we're select icon. I can go over the test area. Snap is right. If I or okay, I kind of built this out in the middle here where I wanted to actually something. That was a bad plan. Now where do I put the stuff that is processing him? So I'm thinking that these two spaces stop being what they are now and they start being what this is. So I'm going to clear the blueprint. All this extra work I did because this is actually a really great place to put real stuff instead of just bug area. Now I know there was a way to pick the entire blueprint. Roll. Changing the dismantle. Okay. Guess we gotta do this the hard way. Can make one last use of this. Didn't actually use my eye stuff. I worked out how to do it though, and that's good. Now we get rid of the skyway. I spent too long building that. Use it. And of course, it's because I ended up putting my blueprint designer where I wanted to have actual production facility. And I'm going to need 4 of these, one for each of the things. And this is going to be a problem with these trees here. Second one. That works. Do I want grip metal or what? Yeah, I'll use grip metal around these. And if I put the 4 here, that would mean these two into these two guys. These two come here. And out where? No, what I'll do is I will reserve these platforms for stuff that is doing stuff with the ingots. These two for these guys, these two for something with the ingots, and we'll over that way. I need a place to put or 4x4. Might just be we're working out that way. Stick these down. Also have to raise it by. Oh, I'm in single mode. I'm going to have a whole bunch of wood and leaves in my celia box up. What I'm thinking is starting here, raise ourselves up a bit, and head off to the right. We bring ourselves up 4 meters time. By 4. Come in here and stations. Amp 1 meter. Strip metal. It's across that way. Four by 4 here. Oh, see, makes sense. First one. awfully close to the miners. Give ourselves a little. There. Just on a whim. And again, I'm going to do 4 those foundational areas. Slab. And corner. That one. That way. And is, yeah, but there was another one that are there and there. So this can be pointed that way and wrap itself up in a ring. All one. This is the try actually right hole. Yep. Down. That direction. Seem to have settled on metal of it. 2 down there. Just need to fill in that place. There. Put some walls on that eventually. I'm thinking these 2 feet up here wraps around and feeds into smelters here this way and feeds into smelters. Means that I that guy on a button really quick. So I am short on concrete. I need to wait for more concrete to. that way. I don't trust that this is going to face it. Down. Wall. In there like that. Yeah, that's not bad. Probably want to bring this out a little bit. And it's got to here. If I can have it route from over there. Need what we don't need. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for concrete for other things. Yeah, this is not gonna. Here. Guys, turn out 200. Close. Corner. Do close. There. Different power. Here. 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 Oh, hook it up to those guys appropriately. Lower one. Also over here. There. Those are yellow. Means that it's a blinking yellow. Yeah. So input 2 comes here. Straight mode for something. Come on. All the way down here? No, I can't. Should not be getting a whole bunch of ingots coming out here. Hey. Let's put up a zinc. Here. So we just need to stamp down several more copies of this. Do a variant of it for limestone, which you can place down there and up there. Make sure build mode's on open ramps. It is straight angles. Okay. We now, our production, if we had our old base completely cranked up, emptied out our depot completely, we might lose power. But since we have zero chance of that, I am comfortable with this. But I'm going to put in 2 more of those here. When I get the concrete. Maybe I should have done concrete first. So while we are waiting for that, what I'm going to do is design the builder for the concrete. Out of resources, I'll just take one of these guys down. Let's turn off our miners over here. You check this real quick, and if all these guys are nice and stable, we can shut down the miners and maybe harvest. I'm looking at that 100%. Now, if we had used a manifold, I would have to wait for the manifold to fill. See, these guys only have like 3 or 4 iron ore in them, which already just stuck at 100%. This guy worries me. It's not getting enough iron ore. Something wrong with this machine. He's a Mark 1. Surprised him that my smelter was getting over 50%. It'll take a moment before they there is a significant length of belts in here. There we go. Wonder how long it takes before that. Looks like everybody's getting an appropriate amount of resources. What's the miner. And get some concrete coming in, because I am not putting concrete in the fast enough. We'll need to put down my... I'm not going to build a big... Toss this down and make it... Load blueprint. I'm going to start off with the iron ingots. Oh. So. Tear these guys down. I want to get the blueprints designed properly. It's high priority, it's top priority. Okay, this is set. Go. Guys, they aren't going to back up. Gotta wait for it to empty. That looks empty. Now we know that when we place those blueprints down, they work. Not sure why it's showing me the blueprints right. One blueprint. Start from the iron blueprint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rip out the iron smelters. Oh, everything under the ground is based on the smelters, right? Let's not start with that one. But same basic idea. We're going to bring all the limestone in one corner, and we're going to take all of the concrete out the other corner to basically add up so we can get some light in here. With 240 limestone coming in, we need 6 constructors at 88.889, which is 800 divided by 9 constructor so each of these constructors is going to be turning out 40, not 45. Coming in the front, we want to have the constructors going toward the middle. And we're only splitting 3 ways this time. Like it fit, we got down the sides. If we put these to the middle, I don't need need a lot of extra space because these are just going to be, they merge. What I want to do, if we are coming in this corner, I want my output to be over here. Tell you what. Reminders. So these will merge and head to this way. That will merge and head to this way, which means right under here, I want a merger that heads out this direction, get to here. Out from the center. Means that the closest I can have this merger I want the hole. See if that's a viable location for them. Barely. Put him back by one. Yeah. Guys only need to be tier 1. Belts only need to be tier 1. And now the inputs. This guy comes in and splits. One. Machines is going to body so mark belt. Let's see, what does it do if I straight? Like it. And again, I'm going to end up with my power above. Yeah, okay. I like the power below as a look. I dislike the power below as a effort to build. Sure. There. This up. I'm not getting a whole lot of light, but I get some. So this guy side. That's just side. Gotcha there. Concrete. Can't put in a target here until it's done something. But what we can do is say 809. And now the split. Side. I like it. Like it. Nice, clean routing all at once. Okay, power. Side. One place to stand. Or I could here. Down to there. And here I thought that it was difficult to route the power with everything else going. There's our concrete plant. I need a place concrete to actually go. He's going to actually be elevated. Start from here. Builder. Level is he? Did I get lucky? Might be close enough to just up the miner on this level. Slab. Corner. Sure. Great. And if you think I am putting anything from there into a sink, not happening. We are going to go right into a industrial storage. And I may have him upload into and draw your power right from there. I'm going to draw turning out 240 a minute. Per machine. So I'm not carrying any SAM fluctuators. I only got the one Mercer sphere up. Guess we don't want to have that sitting there poking at us. But right here is 80. .3, so that's 40, a total of 80 output. Guys are starting right up at 100%. Whoops. And there's a bug. Something is wrong with my distribution of goodies. Watch it in action. Or something is wrong with my collecting outputs. So yeah, right there, that's it. Oh, and I need to put in the subfloor. It's 3. You need to be a Mark II. Hold on, if neither one of these was set, how was I getting any output at all? How come I'm stuck in dismantle? Yeah, doing anything. Crash? Check the logs. Yes, the server crashed. I'm going to pause while I bring things back up. Okay, I have joined the server after it came back up. It's like the save was just... Look like that's a problem. So, I will need to roll back to previous autosave from before it got in this state with concrete blueprint. Be back again soon. Okay, here's where we restored to. Went to the previous autosave. I'm doing, I had to delete stuff, save files, get it to back. I mean, initially made a copy under a different name, thinking it would grab an save. It grabs the most recent .sav. So it looks like we rolled back to, I put it in. I hope. Good blue. So the problem was these weren't connected, fixed. Are connected. So this must have been after fix. It's all there. But this is after the fix. So apparently, did it get us saved down before it crashed? Yeah, because here is the belt that I put in. Okay, so we didn't lose anything. Work, guys. Great. Okay, I don't know what is going on. This blue. I can just wait. Here. Slab. Prints. Apparently my concrete print is to be way over there. So something corrupted the blueprint? Seems to be better now. Inside, sure that we're good. We don't have the underfloor. We do not have the underfloor. I am not going to worry. There. This is before. Set that. What's going on? Server's crashing again. Okay, there's something very, very wrong with the server. So I'm going to call the recording here. I may need to buy quite a bit to get things working. See you in the recording at some point when we can pull this back together.